Hi, I'm sorry if I look a mess. I'm due at work in an hour. So I'm dressed for work, not for life. But this video is going to be a little bit different and a little bit shorter probably, because we're going to be talking about an illegal plant. Now when I say that, you probably think of cannabis or magic mushrooms or something a bit more exciting. But no, today we're talking about the Venus flytrap. So the Venus flytrap is a carnivorous plant which catches its prey when they trigger tiny little hairs on the inside of the plant and it snaps shut around them. So after the initial contact with these hairs, it prepares itself to shut, but it doesn't actually shut unless another point of contact is made within 20 seconds. Once it's closed, it only begins digestion after another 5 trigger points. Now this is so that it reserves its energy only for prey which is actually nutritionally valuable. It only wants to go through all of that if the prey is going to be worth it. So the Venus flytrap grows in very wet soil and it really likes the sun. They are full sun plants that don't like shade. It survives fires really well and it actually relies on fires in order to take out some of the competition so that it can sort of spread and grow. It is only native to Carolina in the USA, with the biggest population being in the green swamp. Its native population has actually decreased by 93% since 1979. It is now classified as an endangered species. So there are of course natural reasons for this sudden decline in its population, such as fire suppressants, meaning that its competition is thriving, things like cities getting bigger and destroying its habitat. But poaching is a huge issue. Harvesting Venus flytraps from public land was actually made illegal in 1958, and it was then made a felony in 2014, meaning you can go to prison if you dig up a Venus flytrap from public land. So since then, the legal cultivation industry has just grown massively. You know, people who grow Venus flytraps to be sold as household plants in large greenhouses known as nurseries. That is entirely legal. You are allowed to grow a Venus flytrap or have one in your house. You are just not allowed to dig it up. So these nurseries raise the question of, where did they get their first plant? Did they dig it up? Did they buy it from a poacher? The issue is also, where are they selling it? Are they only selling it as household plants, or are they selling them to someone more sinister? So the chain is where the issue arises. So alongside this legal practice of cultivating in large greenhouses, a Venus flytrap crime ring has actually emerged, full of poachers who dig up from public land and sell on in bulk and for massive prices. So now, of course, the question on everybody's lips is, who on earth needs this many Venus flytraps? So much that they have actually depleted the only resource of Venus flytraps. Who is buying in bulk? And this is where a company called Carnivora comes in. Now, Carnivora make natural herbal supplements. They make oil and they make capsules, and they claim that their oil, capsules, everything can cure cancer. Now, there is no scientific evidence to back this up, so don't be going out and spending your life savings on Carnivora. So this supposed remedy was developed in Germany in the late 1970s by a man called Helmut Keller. It still operates mainly within Europe, but it's actually not allowed to make those claims in the USA, and it's very hard to import to the USA because the FDA regulations, they're not having it. They're not having it. It's very hard to actually know who is buying Venus flytraps in large amounts due to the fact that it's illegal. So nobody's going to admit that they poach for some big company, but it is largely accepted that this company is the one who is buying Venus flytraps in bulk. They take extract from the inside, they squeeze them and get the juice out, and they put it into oil, capsules, whatever. It's largely accepted they are the ones buying. So, poachers, the ones who dig them up, They get arrested pretty regularly, but they mainly get fines. It's very rare that they actually get prison time, even though it's a felony and they can. The issue with fines is these Venus flytraps are in such high demand, they can remake the fine within a day's work. The way that they work is they go to the green swamp and they just dig up as many as they can, put them in the backpack. They try to avoid security because there is security patrolling, because it is an endangered species and the authorities are aware that this goes on. There are security, but it's very, very hard. Obviously, there are a lot of competitions amongst the individual poachers. They want to get more than the other person. And apparently their method of sort of tracking where they're up to, they leave spoons in the swamp of where they'd dug up to and where they need to carry on from. Obviously security go around and pull these out, but yeah, that's what they do. So this might not seem like a big issue, like, oh, you know, the Venus flytraps are disappearing, that's sad. Some company might be conning people, that's sad, but it's a bigger issue than that. If this isn't a cure for cancer, people are putting off treatment in favour of taking this oil, capsule, whatever, which can potentially kill them if they're not getting the proper treatment for their illness. And then if it is a cure, you've got the issue that they are depleting and getting rid of the cure for cancer. Soon there won't be any Venus flytraps left in the wild. And if that's the cure for cancer, it's going to disappear. Either way, this could have catastrophic consequences on nature and human health. I think what needs to be done is they need to test scientifically once and for all if these capsules, if any extract from a Venus flytrap can actually cure cancer. And then they can either shut down this company or they can know, right, we've found something that's a lot less harmful than chemotherapy that actually helps with cancer. That's the story of Venus flytraps being illegal in America, and how people poach them in a huge crime ring. It's crazy. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this slightly shorter, a bit less interesting if I'm honest, but I found it really interesting. Really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Bye!